Hello students, in this video we are going to talk about physiology of gas exchange and oxygen transport. This is Dr. Mamta Sharma from Department of Zoology, Rajrishi Government Autonomous College, Alwar. In order to survive, humans have to be able to extract oxygen from the atmosphere and transport it to their cells where it is utilized for essential metabolic processes. Anaerobic metabolism is inefficient or it is insufficient. Now let's talk about alveolar gas transfer. Gas flow is convective in larger and medium-sized airways down to 14th generation. Here you can see the total cross-sectional area in the airway tree. Total alveolar surface is 140 mm. Transport of O2 and CO2 accomplished by diffusion in peripheral airways and in the alveoli. Now let's talk about gas exchange and transport. Gas exchange and transport, it is a passive process. पैसिव का मतलब ये है कि इसको होने में किसी भी तरह की एनर्जी का रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं होता, ये अपने आप होता रहता है. Gases diffuse according to their partial pressures or the PP. External respiration. Gases exchange between air and the blood, then it is known as external respiration. Now let's talk about internal respiration. When the gases are exchanged with the tissue fluids, then it is known as internal respiration. Oxygen transport. Bound to hemoglobin in RBCs or dissolved in the blood plasma. This is how oxygen is transported. Carbon dioxide transport. Dissolved in plasma, bound to hemoglobin or in the form of plasma bicarbonate. That's how the transport of carbon dioxide happens. Gaseous diffusion at alveolar level. Alveoli are the basic units of gas exchange. There are about 300 million alveoli and their size is variable. They are largest in the upper lungs and they are lowest in size in the lower lungs. Blood gas barrier is formed by alveolar epithelium, capillary endothelium, basement membrane of each and the interstitial space in between. Alveolar epithelium is composed of mainly type 1 squamous epithelial cells and some type 2 alveolar cells that produce surfactant. Key steps in oxygen cascade. Uptake in the lungs, carrying capacity of blood, delivery from lungs to tissue capillaries, delivery from capillary blood to interstitium, delivery from interstitium to individual cells, and cellular use of oxygen. Now let's talk about physical principle of gas exchange. Diffusion of gases through the respiratory membrane. It depends on membrane's thickness, the diffusion coefficient of gas, surface areas of membrane, partial pressure of gases in alveoli and blood. Relationship between ventilation and pulmonary capillary flow. Increased ventilation or increased pulmonary capillary blood flow increases gas exchange. Physiological shunt is deoxygenated blood returning from lungs. Gaseous diffusion at alveolar capillary level. O2 and CO2 cross the blood gas barrier by passive diffusion along a concentration gradient. According to Fick's law, the rate of transfer of gas through a tissue is proportional to its area and to the partial pressure gradient of the gas and is inversely proportional to the thickness of the tissue. The diffusion constant depends upon the solubility of gas and is inversely proportional to the square root of its molecular weight. CO2 diffuses 20 times faster than O2 due to its higher solubility. This we have to keep in mind, that CO2 diffuses 20 times faster than O2 due to its higher solubility. Now let's talk about the factors that affect diffusion of gases across the barrier. According to the Fick's law of diffusion, is the thickness, is the area, if diffusivity, solubility, all these factors, they affect the diffusion of gases across the barriers. Now let's talk about partial pressure. Dry air is composed of a mixture of gases. Each gas exerts a partial pressure, which is the pressure it would exert if it is alone occupied in a given volume. Barometric pressures, जिनको PP भी बोलते हैं, is the total pressure exerted by this mixture of gases is 760 mmHg at sea level. In dry air at sea level, it is partial pressure of oxygen is 760, then it comes out to be 160 mm per Hg. Inspired air is heated to 37 degrees centigrade, humidified and saturated with water vapor. That comes out to be 47 mm per Hg. During inspiration, the conducted airways, PO2, that comes out to be 150 mmHg. At alveoli, the PO2 has fallen about 100 mmHg. Removal of oxygen by the pulmonary capillaries and by the alveolar ventilation. Diffusion from alveoli to pulmonary capillaries. Here also it is the partial pressures which play all the game. So you can see PA of O2 and capillary blood is fully oxygenated before traversing 1/3 distance of alveolo-capillary interface. Inadequate oxygenation due to reduced pulmonary capillary time occurs only when very high CO or severe desaturation of mixed pulmonary arterial blood is there. We can talk a bit about of partial pressure of O2. It is the driving pressure of O2 diffusion into pulmonary capillary. Okay, and main determinant of PO2 is normally this. Then we talk of PaO2. It reflects the overall efficiency of oxygen uptake from the alveoli to the arterial blood. Now this diagram which shows the gas exchange across the pulmonary capillary. So you can see how the partial pressures play a very important role in the gas exchange across the pulmonary capillary. The transit time for the red cells through pulmonary capillaries is 0.75 seconds. Hemoglobin is fully saturated with O2 in 0.25 seconds. Partial pressures of gases dissolve in a solution. At equilibrium, the tension of gas in solution is equal to partial pressure of gas in the pocket above it. Gases flow from a region of higher partial pressure to the one of lower partial pressure. This is very important. The gases will flow from the region of higher partial pressure to the lower partial pressure. Gases dissolve, diffuse, and react according to their partial pressures and not according to their concentration in the solution. Again, it's very important that gases dissolve, diffuse, and react according to their partial pressures and not according to the concentration in the solution. Note that the concentration of gas in a solution is not the same as its partial pressure as solubility of gas affects its concentration. Again, very important that concentration of gas in a solution is not same as is the partial pressure, because the solubility of gas affects its concentration. कि गैस कितनी soluble है वो उतनी ही concentrate हो पाएगी. तो पार्शियल प्रेशर और कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ गैस दोनों सेम नहीं होते हैं. दिस इज द एक्सटर्नल रेस्पिरेशन इन लंग्स. सो यू कैन सी हाउ द मूवमेंट ऑफ गैसेस हैपन फ्रॉम एल्वेoli to the capillaries and how the partial pressures play a very important role. Internal respiration also, when the gaseous exchange happens between the tissues. So in the tissue, then again the partial pressures play a very important role between the capillaries and the tissues. I just go back. In the alveoli and capillaries, and in the capillaries and the tissues. This is the diagram. It is a very good diagram, and I just took it to brief you all that there are changes in the partial pressures, and these changes in the partial pressures, how the gaseous exchange happens of CO2 and O2, and how internal respiration happens and how external respiration happens. So you can use this diagram to enhance or to supplement your answers. Now let's talk about transport of gases. Oxygen, it is carried from pulmonary vessels into dissolved form and bound with hemoglobin. Dissolved O2. A very small portion, less than 2% of the total O2 content, alone reflects the tension of O2 in the blood, taken up by the tissue and replaced by liberated O2 from the hemoglobin. Now let's talk about the dissolved oxygen. We are talking about the Henry's law. Concentration of any gas in a solution is proportional to its partial pressure. Mathematical expression, it's like this. Gas concentration is equals to partial pressure is proportional to partial pressure. Gas solubility coefficient for a given solution at a given temperature. For oxygen is 0.0003 ml per dl per mm Hg. Normal arterial blood at 100 mm PO2 of mercury contains 3 ml per liter. This you don't have to write in so much of detail. Just remember the Henry's law. I've just written down it to make you aware that how it is being calculated. HP bound oxygen. Here you can see that what is hemoglobin, and it is a protein. Globin it is having a protein having 4 amino acid chains. Iron contain porphyrin heme with 4 pyro rings. Okay. Increase oxygen transport capacity by 30 to 100 folds or times. Increase CO2 transport capacity 15 to 20 times. This is the oxygen dissociation curve. You can again use it for your supplementation of your answers. Now let's talk in detail about the oxygen dissociation curve. Flat upper portion loading O2 will be little affected even if the PO2 in the alveolar gas falls somewhat. Larger partial pressures diffuse between alveolar gas and the blood continues to exist when most of the O2 has been transferred. A steep lower part of the dissociation curve means that the peripheral tissues can withdraw large amount of O2 for only a small drop in capillary PO2. Now let's talk about the shifts in the curve. To left, lower than P50, alkalosis, hypothermia, abnormal fetal HGB, methemoglobin, carboxyhemoglobin, and transfusion of the old blood. To right, अगर कर्व की जो शिफ्ट होती है वो राइट की तरफ होती है हाई P50, तो क्या होगा? एसिडोसिस, हाइपरथर्मिया, उल्टा, एबनॉर्मल हीमोग्लोबिन, इनहेल्ड एनेस्थेटिक्स. ओके, now temperature effects. These are the effects of the temperature. Okay, you can also again use it for, like I've just added, if you want to supplement your answers. Now we are talking about the Bose effect. Important to enhance oxygenation of blood in lungs and to enhance release of O2 in the tissues. In the lungs, CO2 diffuses out of the blood and oxygen is transported to the tissues. This is the Bose effect. Now what is DPG? It is diphosphoglycerate. What is it? It is the end product of red cell metabolism. Shifts the curves towards the right. Chronic hypoxia, high altitude. Unloading of O2 to peripheral tissues is assisted. Depleted in stored blood in the blood bank. And it decreases the delivery to tissues. This is how it happens. Now let's talk about carbon monoxide. Combining with hemoglobin, it forms carboxyhemoglobin. 240 times the affinity of O2 for hemoglobin, making hemoglobin unavailable for O2 carriers, because ये 240 times जल्दी कंबाइन होता है हीमोग्लोबिन से ऑक्सीजन के कंपैरिजन में, तो हीमोग्लोबिन अवेलेबल नहीं रहता ऑक्सीजन ट्रांसपोर्ट के लिए. This reduces the O2 concentration and shifts the O2 dissociation curves towards the left. Now, what is the maximum amount of O2 that can be combined with hemoglobin? 1 gram of hemoglobin combines 1.31 through expected 1.39 due to pressure of iron in non-heme form. A person with 50 gram HB deciliter can carry this kind, like 1.31 ml O2 per gram into 15 gram deciliter, 20 ml O2 deciliter. So this is the binding capacity of the hemoglobin. Now let's talk about the oxygen carrying capacity of blood. So this is about the oxygen carrying capacity. You can see it in the slide very clearly. Oxygen saturation of HB, percentage of the available binding sites that have O2 attached. In the arterial blood, the PO2 of 100 mm Hg is about 97.5%. In mixed venous blood, with PO2 of 40 mm Hg is about 75%. So you can see this, the difference in the percentages. Now let's talk about oxygen flux. The amount of oxygen delivered to the peripheral tissues per minute. Okay, so here K is the Hafner's number. What is Hafner's number? The amount of O2 that can bind with 1 gram of Hb when fully saturated. And what is oxygen flux? Amount of oxygen delivered to the peripheral tissues per minute. कि क्या होगा वो O2 flux is equals to O2 bound to Hb plus dissolve O2. Oxygen bound to Hb is equal to cardiac output into Hb into SO2 plus K. K is the Hafner's number, as I told you. What is Hafner's number? It is the amount of O2 that can bind with 1 gram of Hb when fully saturated. What is dissolved O2 is equal to CO plus PO2 into 0.03. So this is the calculation of arterial O2 flux and the mixed venous O2 delivery rate. So what is arterial O2 flux is like? Approximately 1000 ml O2 per minute, or mixed venous O2 delivery rate is approximately 750 ml O2 per minute. Thank you.